9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, what's up? Hello, fellow 3D printers. I'm Jay Print That Thing, and today we are live in the house. We are live streaming a podcast to talk about how to increase your tips with 3D print design. So I see we've got Mike Russo and Sten already in the chat. Thank y'all for coming to hang out. Have you guys ever gotten a tip with your 3D print designs? Or would you be interested in getting tips on your free 3D print designs on Thingiverse, My Mini Factory, Cults3D, anything like that? That's what we're going to be talking about today. And those are the questions that I have for you. Oh, cool. Thanks. Great to see you, Sten. Sten used to come to my live streams like years ago, like super long time ago. So thanks for coming back. Mike Russo in the chat. What's up, Mike Russo? So Mike Russo is one of our students. He actually did our 4-week workshop, and he blew me away, really. I was going to say that I was on him, super tough, like being like a boot camp. But, Mike Russo was a graphic designer, but now he is a 3D print designer. He's already starting to do some stuff with clients, which I'm super proud of him, or with his job and stuff. So well done, sir. But before we get started, let's see. I don't see anyone in the chat who's said that they've gotten any tips, so that's fine. That is no problem. I have had probably thousands and thousands and thousands of designs downloaded on Thingiverse, My Mini Factory, Cults3D, and I've only gotten just a few tips, but when they do come in, they're like, yeah, tips. They're great, but, they don't really pay the bills. But today we're going to be talking about some of the ways that you may be able to increase that by doing just a few simple steps. So today we're just going to be talking about 3. But we're also going to be talking at the end during a live Q&A, because I want to see if this sparks any ideas for y'all, or if you have any ideas that you think you want to add to the community so we can just help everybody get more tips. Hey, what's up, Auto Drop 3D? Hello, welcome. So, hey, what's up, love? Amber just got back.
Hi, everybody.
She says, hi, everybody. But yeah, before we dive into the 3 tips that I want to share with y'all today, plus a bonus that I just thought of, we are going to go to a word from our sponsors. Hit it, Amber.
Hey!
No, I was kidding.
Check it out.
Exactly. No, so the sponsor for this episode is my company, Print That Thing. And Print That Thing is where we create monthly 3D printing designs, courses, and live events like this one here. If you want to start learning 3D print design and eventually how to make money with your 3D print designs, then you can go to my website, PTT.LIVE, and use the promo code PodcastLove, and that will get you a ridiculous discount for any of our educational courses. We're also doing a live, it is live, 4-week workshop. So it's essentially like a mentorship program that Mike Russo has done before. And it's essentially like 30-day boot camp where I'm just going to whip you into shape, and I'm going to give you lessons every single week. And then you have to complete those every single week. And then we meet on a live, private student-only workshop student chat. We can also do VR. And we just go through all of your designs for that week. And it's a lot of fun. It's really cool. So if you're interested in that, then go check it out. But let's go ahead and get into the top 3 tips. We got a question here. Do you do lots of this kind of stuff in school? So this is from Auto Drop 3D. No, I don't really do a lot of this in school. I went to art school, but I just picked it up naturally and just kind of started doing it as a side hobby back in 2014, and now it is my full-time job. So I'm trying to help other people do this, do the same. So today we're talking about tips on all these download sites that you can go to. So the first one, and these are going to go pretty quick, but the first way to increase your tips on these download sites. Thanks, Mike. Hey, what's up, Tony? Hey. Yesterday I had my first sell. Yes. All right, Tony. Tony said he got his first sell. That's great, Tony. In Cults3D, you gave me luck. Yes, 30 cents to start. Better than nothing. Yes, dude. Awesome. So last week we talked about the 5 tips, and one of them was turning on your designs for sale. So I challenge y'all just to do one, and Tony made 30 cents. Hey, that's better than free. So that's great. I'm proud of you, Tony. That's awesome. That makes me so happy. Okay, so back to tips. So tips, I don't really think are going to make you a ton of money. You know, I wouldn't bank on tips being like, you know, going to pay your light bill or anything, but it does help, and it is nice when it happens. But the first advice that I have for y'all to possibly increase your tippage is to have a cool thumbnail for your picture, your object, your design, obviously. But it's really, really, really important on any social platform, really, to have just a banging thumbnail. You want something that, like, what I do is I like make it really small on my computer or my phone before I post it. And if it pops, you know, if it like draws my eye when it's really small, that's good. You know, you don't want to really busy and a lot of things going on. You just want like just very simple kind of like shot of your thing. And you also want to look for like colors that contrast each other. That way your item really pops, and it's not like, you know, some kind of like orange object on like an orange background. You know, that's not going to pop. You would like want an orange on a black. So really cool thumbnails. Also with that, you want really cool titles, something that's going to like be short, sweet, and like get to people's brains, like what your object is. That's going to help a lot. And what I think a lot of people don't really do, which I think is like super helpful, is making super short videos to go along with your download files. So you could do like literally like 15 seconds. Think of it like anything you would post on Instagram or like a TikTok video, something like super simple, like literally like this. Like if this was one of my design files here, I would just post a video of it like in my hand, and then just like moving the legs. Like that would be enough, because all you're trying to get across to the user is what this file is going to do when it's printed. And it's just going to increase your downloads because there's just more content and more cool stuff that they can, you know, look at for your design. So that's my first tip. Have cool titles, cool photos or thumbnails, and super short videos. And if you want to go above and beyond, you could do a whole YouTube video, but you know, you don't have to do that. You really don't. What's up, Rick Mills? Welcome back, dude. All right, so let me see. Have any of y'all, or what are y'all's experience with that? Do you think that right now you have cool thumbnails, cool titles, and cool or any videos on your current listings, any of your designs that you have out there? So let me know in the chat. Let's see what we got. Rick Mills, what about using 3D scanning apps on the phone to create a 3D rotating GIF? That's a great idea. So Rick Mills said, maybe making some type of GIF. So I know some of the design sites will let you use a GIF. Hopefully everyone knows what a GIF is. But yeah, just something of the item rotating. You can do it in Blender. You can download my free Blender hack file and literally render out a 360 of your image in a GIF form. Like you're ready to go. Like literally just open my file, drop your file in there, link it to the little 360 rotator, and then export it out. So yeah, in photogrammetry, it could be cool to, like, if you photogrammetry this little cutie, this little tangerine orange, you could have, the real life photo next to your scanned object or your printed object. That could be really cool to really get the idea across to the end user that this is a scanned object. So anything like that will help. Great tip, Rick. Not all sites will do that. So I know some, I don't think Thingiverse you can use GIFs, but what that will do is when people are scrolling past all these different things that they could possibly click on to download or to print, if yours starts moving, it's going to like jump off the page into their face, and they're going to click on it. Like more likely they're going to click on it if they're somewhat interested. So excellent tip. All right. Tip number 2. This is great. Thanks, y'all. Is leave great 3D printing details and instructions. And this is something that I personally do not do very well. I hate writing, and I'm more of a picture person, make a video, that type of thing. Writing to me is work. But that's something that I need to personally work on, is just writing, like, what types of materials work best, what type of slicer settings, uploading your slicer settings, what your shells, your rafts, all the details, anything someone that could possibly use, for their 3D print for when they're 3D printing your design. And just think of this as like the customer experience or the user experience for your designs. You know, the better that you are at this, the more likely they're probably going to tip you. So, and you know, we'll get to maybe how they're going to tip you in the next tip. Tips on tips on tips today. Oh, so Rick, I must have misunderstood you. He said, sorry, I meant if you print your design, you could do that option. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's totally cool too. So he said, I misunderstood him, but, you know, you could print the design and then do the 360. Either way, you could do that too if you're more camera savvy type of person. Or I'm sure there's apps out there that will let you take little photos of stuff and it'll, you know, sew it together into a 360 GIF. All right. And then, so... how many out there of y'all in the chat feel like you have like really good like detailed descriptions or you know, printing settings and all that in your 3D print design that you have currently? Let me know in the chat. Like I said, I'm terrible at it. Usually mine are like, print it however you like. And I have people comment sometimes that are like, oh, thanks. But to me, it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what your printer is. I don't know what materials you have. So, you know, I don't know what slicer you're using. So I kind of just let them kind of do their thing. But apparently people really, really enjoy that. So, you know, the more and more, you know, just details that you can give is going to be more incentive for someone to tip you because they're going to have a better experience when 3D printing your files. And so not seeing anyone in the chat yet. We do have like a 10-second delay, but we'll see. I'm assuming that y'all are better than me, hopefully better than me at doing that. So any of my designs moving forward, I'm going to be writing probably like a blog post about each design to really kind of give more details on you know, how it should be 3D printed. So let's go ahead and move to the third reason. So this one sounds super simple, super sleazy. Oh, here we go. We got Sten asked a question. Do you think it's worth uploading anything that you create? I mean, yes and no. So I would say if you think it could help somebody else, or, I mean, why not? It's just the internet. I mean, it just depends. Like if you're building a brand and like a company, then it may not be good to just put up any little thing if it's not like super solid or like at the same level as all your other designs. But if you're just like starting out and you're just trying things, or you just want to see and kind of experiment with different platforms, I would say, yeah, just post it up. You know, that's the only way to get better, is to try and to practice. So kind of yes and no answer on that, Sten, is what I would suggest. Let's see. Tony says, I usually specify layer height if it needs to be support structure, doesn't need supports, and the nozzle size. So that's 3 because I use a 0.06. Yeah, I do too, Tony. So Tony uses a little bit bigger nozzle, which I do too. And the standard is 0.4 and the infill percent. So he's doing layer height, support structure, nozzle size, and infill percent. So that's, I mean, those are pretty good for, you know, topics to, you know, baseline cover. But if you want to go above and beyond that, you know, you're just going to be above average. So, you know, this is what I just want to start kind of talking about these things so we can all start thinking like, am I being descriptive enough when I upload my designs? Let's see. Do you know about Fusion 360 generative design capability? Hey, what's up, yo, Sono? I have heard about it and I'm very interested in it, but I haven't tried it personally. But generative design is the future. Like, I'm all about it. I know it's going to be huge. And so I use generative design essentially in Blender. Like, all my modifiers and effects are all very generative and flexible, and nothing is, you know, applied. So when I'm using Blender and designing, I'm already kind of generative already, but I am very interested, and I like the look of generative designs. Great question. Yes, it does sound amazing, Sono. Let's see. So now it brings us to the third tip, which is, could sound a little too simple or too sleazy or too salesy, but I think the easiest way to increase your tips on any of these third-party platforms is just ask for a tip. I mean, it sounds super simple, but you know, maybe it's not. I don't really see that many people asking for tips on these sites, especially since all these are all free. You know, everything is free on there. So if you are one of the few people who actually ask, you know, hey, do you mind giving me a tip? You may get it, you know, because either the person's either going to say yes or no. It's a 50-50 chance, you know, for every single person who may read that and download it. So one thing that I was saying, you know, I actually went and did this because I didn't have, you know, I didn't ask anyone to give me a tip on any of my files, and I have tons and tons of files on all these different sites. So this week I've been going through and just copying and pasting just a simple sentence or two to, you know, ask somebody to tip me. So I'm kind of doing the experiment, and I want to challenge you guys and girls to kind of do it along with me if you want to put it on a few of your designs or all of your designs or even just one of your designs, and then let me know over the next few weeks or months if your tips increase. So I just did it on all of mine, and all I did was put a simple 2-statement sentence like this. It says, hey, if you download this design, do you mind leaving me a quick tip via PayPal? Even the smallest donation from you helps me continue to create amazing 3D print designs for everyone. Simple as that. And I'll put that in the description later if you just want to copy and paste it and use that, or if you know, kind of want to make up your own. But I would just suggest, you know, keep it very short and put it probably somewhere near the top, because I personally don't really read. If there's a lot of text, I'm probably not gonna read all of it, but I might skim the first few lines. So I would suggest putting it in the first few lines, and we'll see if we get more tips. So that's just something that I'm going to be trying to do. What do y'all think? Or would any of you out there be interested? I guess I challenge you to do that. Let me know y'all's thoughts on that process, or you know, what you think on that. So we got some stuff in the chat here. It's amazing. Yes, Yun Sono, excellent. Thanks, Tony. Almost. Let's see. Yo, Sono, get on Patreon. Remind people about your Patreon site. Yes, and that's what we're going to be talking about. You, Sono. We are going to be talking about that in a few weeks in more detail, and I'm all about the subscription and that. So Tony says excellent. Stin says it's the same for subs. If you ask for it, you will get more. Exactly. So, you know, it's just odds. It is. Rick says have multiple payment options like Venmo or similar. Great tip. So those are my 3 tips. I also have one bonus that I see some people doing. See, Rick says it is to pay, the more likely someone is possibly to do it. So yeah, so Rick's saying the more options that you have for people to tip, the better they will. You know, maybe they don't like PayPal. Maybe they don't want to put in their credit card. You know, so more options, the more the chances. Let's see. Off topic, says Ryan. Brass insert do you prefer? I'm ready to throw away all of my I don't know. I've never used brass inserts, but they look pretty cool. Sorry, I couldn't help more with that, Ryan. But the last one, this is the 4th one. I know I said 3, but there's actually a 4th one. And this is if you want to do pay what you want. So this is something I see a lot of YouTubers doing sometimes. And you can actually put your design files on Gumroad, or there's other sites like that too. But you know, Gumroad.com, you could list the object for free for $0, but you could also do a pay what you want. So there's been science behind this as well, where I think it was like some type of really popular band. They were going to sell their album, but instead they decided to do pay what you want for a lot of their fans. And they actually ended up making way more money than they would have if they had sold the CD for the actual cost. And this is CD, you know, so this is back in the 90s, I guess. But it just goes to show you, when people get that option of like, oh, should I pay or should I not pay? You know, most of them are going to just do 0 if it's free. But there are going to be, you know, maybe 1 to 10% that are actually going to be like, yeah, you know, I got extra cash, and they're going to tip you. So that's just odds. So that's just something that I'm going to try this week and through the rest of my uploading experience. And I just wanted to share that with you guys and girls and see what y'all thought. So that's all I have for y'all today. Like I said, this is going to be a pretty short and quick one. And if anyone is interested in talking more about learning 3D print design or making money with their 3D print designs, you can join our Discord. Just go to my website, PTT.LIVE, and then join the Discord. You know, subscribe to the channel. Hey, so you got to say it, you know, or become a member if you want. And so we're going to be talking about this for every single Wednesday. We're just going to keep meeting. And next week, we're going to be talking about microtransactions. So microtransactions are the little tiny payments people you'll get even if somebody just looks at your design. So we're going to talk about that next week if anyone's interested. What's up, Phil Z? So be sure to set your calendars. I'll send out an email reminder to everyone who's a member over at PTT.LIVE, and that way you can get a reminder. And let's open it up for live Q&As. I'm going to go for just a few minutes. And if there's any questions that you guys want to talk about, or tips or advice you want to give to the community, or ask me personally, now's your time. Let's do it. Oh, cool. Yeah, Sten, come on, jump in the Discord, my friend. Yeehaw! Sten's been around from the get-go. I love that. Yeah, thanks, Ryan. Thanks for coming to hang out. Let's see. If I am not a member, please send me a reminder. Okay, cool. I'll look, you Sono. Yeah, you just go to PTT.LIVE and then just sign up for like the free class, or you can download my Blender starter file or anything like that. Anything you put your email in, I'll send you a notification next time we go live next week. All right, so we'll give it just a few more minutes. If anyone's got any questions, now's the time. Thanks, Tony. Yeah, dude, this has been fun. I'm enjoying these. I hope y'all are too. I know I'm just kind of rambling on, but I think nobody's really talking about it. I did a post the other day on Instagram where I was like, hey, how many people are making money with their 3D print design? It was like 80% were not making any money, and that like hurts my heart. I was like, oh, like why are we not, as an industry, nobody is making money with their designs? So we're gonna change that. That's what we're doing here, y'all. Let's see. Okay, so we got a question. Oh, Keith Park. Okay, yeah, I know Keith Park. I've been talking to you the other day, dude. Thanks for coming to hang. Stan said, what YouTube channels do you watch? I really don't watch that much YouTube, to be honest. If I'm gonna watch some, I really like, what's his name? Primal Technology or Primal something, where he like builds stuff from he does like primal stuff. I watch Make Anything. I do watch Make Anything stuff. He just inspires me, and he's just got great energy, so I definitely watch his stuff. Yeah, Devin. And let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I actually turned off all my notifications on YouTube just because I'm trying to focus more on just creating these days. So I don't really watch. Usually I'll just watch whatever shows up in my notification feed, because YouTube's algorithm's pretty good at just figuring out what I want to watch. So that's what I watch. Let's see. What's your favorite CAD software? I'm an inventor. So far I have like $3 in that last year. 3 years. I'm not sure if you're talking about Inventor software, but I don't really have a favorite CAD software. I've not really done much CAD, but I do use 3D software. Blender, that's my favorite because it's the best. I know most people don't even know how to use it yet, but you're missing out because it's pretty incredible. Let's see. I try to only watch the evening nowadays. Yes, right there with your Sten. It will definitely suck up some time. But yeah, so that's all I got for y'all today. Thanks again for coming to hang out. Keith, I'll send you an email. You should already get them if you're in my email list. So, but anywho, thanks for watching, y'all. Next week, Wednesday, 5 o'clock p.m. Central Time, we're going to be talking about microtransactions. All right, later, dudes. Later, ladies. Anyone out there? Blender is the Hulk. Maybe a little hard to dominate, but powerful. Yes, it is powerful. What's your favorite slicer? Oh, Phil Z. So, favorite slicer usually is Simplify 3D, but I've really been falling in love with Prusa Slicer, and I'm not like a Prusa fanboy, but I don't even have a Prusa, but I really like their slicer, and I like the way it does things. All right, later Sten, later Mike Russo, later Yusuno, later Phil Z. Thanks Ryan, everyone, for coming to hang out, and we'll see y'all next week. All right, peace. Yeah.